Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another guide kind of video. I'm going to be making a lot of these because my controller is currently broken, and I have to send it to get it fixed, and the controller that I'm using is just really bad, as a ton of drift, so I really do not feel like playing Fortnite. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to identify, rotate to, and play Deadside of Zone. So a lot of people, when they first get into comp, and when I first started playing comp about a year ago, I was really confused about how to find the dead side of zone, because all the comp YouTubers I watched, they all talked about Deadside, 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 so important, so important. And I was like, okay, I got to get there, but how do I get there? And what even is it? So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm going to put a bunch of circles up on the map, and just kind of talk through how you get to Deadside, given I'll just choose a random drop and then talk about how you get there. So we'll start off with a zone. Say this is our zone. This is our first zone. Might be a little big, but it meets our needs. So when you look at this zone, who has to rotate? Well, Retail has to rotate, Lazy has to rotate, Misty has to rotate, Slurpee has to rotate, Holly, Sweaty, Shark, Coral, and what is this? Stealthy. Oh my. And then if you think about it, Steamy gets blessed with zone, so they're most likely going to go center. This team up here, they get blessed with zone, they're going center. Craggy gets blessed with zone, they're going center. Pleasant gets blessed with zone, they're probably going to go center as well. So if you think about it, these teams, all these outskirts teams are rotating in. They're going to converge around, I shouldn't use the tool. I'll just circle here. They're all going to converge around this whole area, right? This corny complex center map area. Because if you look at this, Retail, Lazy, all these teams, right? So the dead side is going to be up here by this Craggy to Steamy, maybe even down to Dirty. This whole area is dead side because this team is going to go center, this team's going to go center, this team probably will go center. Or even if they stay here, there's only going to be 3, maybe 4 teams on this whole side of the zone. So the way you want to rotate is, if you are, say, we'll start with Lazy, you're going to want to rotate up through past Retail, past Dirty, and get to Deadside. And we'll see if you land like a further away POI like Slurpee. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rotate around here. You're going to want to go up. You might want to cut through the mountains, because this area, I talked about it in a previous video, I think it was the last video, it's very uncontested. You're going to want to go here, and then you won't be Deadside, but you'll be making your way towards Deadside, because watch, when the second zone pulls, and I'll draw a second zone, and I think you'll see where I'm going with this. We'll say second zone pulls here, right? Make it blue. All right, so you're right here, right, when you dropped Slurpee. Now, looking at this second zone, which side is going to be more dead than the other? Well, you already have all your teams concentrated in this area. So the dead side is going to be up here by Zate Hill, right? So when you're here, you're going to rotate around the back, go up here, and then come in by Zate Hill. And you won't have to fight many people at all, because these people playing Deadside, there's very few teams out there. So they're going to rotate in, and if you see them, you can just build with wood or brick or something that you can replenish when you get to zone. And you're chilling, because you're going to avoid all the congestion down here, and you're going to be just chilling with 4 or 5 other teams up here. Now that we'll continue that on for the third zone. So third zone, we'll say that you get blessed with third zone when you're up here, just to show you how important Deadside is. All right, so the Deadside people got blessed with third zone. Now look at all of these people that were on congested side. Look at, they all have to rotate in, right? So all these teams, they all have to squeeze into this zone. And then when you're on Deadside, you don't need to rotate. And we'll say, I'll just move it. Let's say it pulls down here. So these people get blessed. Well, these guys are going to just white line it into zone. And then these people up here are going to have a free rotate because it's only 4 or 5 teams on this side. So you can rotate. So this side stays more dead because these teams that get blessed, they're going to go to center. These teams out here, they're going to just have to get in. This side up here is dead. So these teams on dead side of second zone are going to get to rotate in free because it's not congested. So, you know, and once you get to fourth zone, it just starts to get really congested, and that's going to be kind of for another video, how you avoid congestion there. So we'll throw out another zone, and I'll do this just for first zone, so you guys can get a better idea for that. So let's say it's a fairly central zone like that. Now where is Deadside? This one's a little trickier. Well, Retail has to rotate, Lazy has to rotate, Misty has to rotate, Slurpee has to rotate, Dirty has to rotate, Steamy has to rotate, Craggy, Shark. So all these teams are going to converge in this central map Bony Burbs area, right? Maybe even down into Weeping a little bit. So Deadside is going to be this area, this Sweaty Sands, Holly Hedges area. Because these teams, they don't have to rotate, so they might go center. They might stay where they are, but even so, that's only going to be 2 teams. Maybe a third if Slurpee decides to come up this way. So let's say you land Craggy. How would you rotate in? Well, you'd rotate around the edge, and then you'd come in the back by Coral. And then you can go down to be really, really Deadside. So I'll show you another one. We'll do a couple more. Let's say you get a corner zone like this, where it pulls really, really far to one corner of the map. You know, we all get these zones, and we either love them or we hate them. So this one's really easy, because look at how far teams like Steamy, Craggy, Dirty, Retail, even Pleasant has a little bit of a trek. Sweaty's got to rotate, Shark, Misty. They're all converging around this Weeping Woods Hydro Dam area. So that's going to mean this Rocks, Rainbow Rentals, Slurpee, this is all going to be really, really Deadside. Because these teams have to rotate so far, they're probably just concerned about getting into zone and not dying to storm. So that is going to be like this is probably the easiest zone to tell where Deadside is, because it's quite literally just the opposite side of the one facing the rest of the map. We'll do one more. This one I'll make tricky. Alright. Just to make it really hard, I'm going to make this, if I can get the cursor right. The heck? Okay, whatever. We'll leave it the way it is. So where is Deadside? Well, if you look, Steamy has to rotate. Dirty has to rotate. Retail, Lazy, Misty, Slurpee, Shark, Craggy, Stealthy. They all have to rotate. So congested side is mainly going to be around the center, because if you look at all these teams, most of the teams are going to be converging around here. So that means Deadside is going to be up by Pleasant down to Orchard, because there's only going to be Stealthy, Craggy, Pleasant, maybe Shark. Right, so those are just a couple of examples, and remember, and you're going to have to play this all out in your head. Like, each time a zone pulls, you're going to have to say, okay, where are the most people currently? Where are they most likely going to rotate to? And it's all just about predictions. So you can get your prediction horribly wrong, and maybe all these teams, they all want to converge on the death side. I don't know. In which case you'd be wrong. But generally speaking, dead side, you will be able to find it with each zone. It's just where you think the least amount of people are going to be.